Hello, this is AR15 guy, and I know it's been a while since I've done a video. Just cut me some slack, okay? Um, I took my video camera with me to a buddy's house and um, left it there on accident. And then when I got back, I was missing when I got it back, I was missing a piece. So it just is what it is, okay? Just lighten up, just chill. I'm not going to make any more promises, though, about making videos on a regular basis. I'm just going to try my best to get it done. So, one of the things that I wanted to go over this week, obviously, it's been a rough week for uh, this country in general. Um, we have the black community angry at police officers, and we have some, not all, officers frustrated um, with the black community, and I think they both have valid frustrations. A officer is 4 times more likely to be shot by a black man than a white man, and a black man per capita is more likely to be shot in an interaction with an officer than a white man. So they have some very valid um, concerns. And we can fight all day about, crime and all of that stuff. And I do and don't think it plays a role. I think that um, it's human nature in these cases that is more or less going to play a role. If an officer pulls over and they already have an idea that this could be confrontational, whether the person has dealt with the police in the past or whether it is just their human intuition or human nature to prepare themselves for confrontation, given the statistics, then he is going to approach that contact with the already being defensive. It's just human nature. We can talk about training and all of this stuff, but unfortunately you cannot always train human nature out of the equation. Now, it's the same with the black community. If they know that they're getting pulled over and that they're more likely to get pulled over than a white person, and they're more likely to be in a confrontation with an officer than a white person, then they're also preparing themselves for confrontation. And when you have got tension between two people, chances are it is going to escalate. And so the only way that this can, in my view, be de-escalated is for all of us to stop and give grace to each other. When the officer gets out of the car, I'm going to give this person grace. Mentally thinking, I'm going to give this person grace. When a black male is getting pulled over, he needs, or she needs, to already be giving that officer grace. Now, I'm not saying that be doormats on either side. There is no call for that. But allowing the situation and conversation not to escalate. And I can't give specifics because I don't know what it's like to be a law enforcement officer, and I don't know what it's like to be a minority of any kind. So I can't give specifics on how this can be handled specifically. But it's just like when I'm dealing with one of my kids. If I know that they're going to be confrontational they're going to argue with me about what's going on. And I'm going to approach that situation already on a high state of defensiveness, because I'm already going into this knowing, this preconceived notion that this is going to be confrontational. And so the only way to get around that is for me to take time and allow myself not to walk into that, because they're thinking the same thing. They're thinking, if Dad is approaching me, it's probably bad, so I need to be able to explain myself. And unfortunately, that's where I feel that we have gotten to. And it's all about giving each other grace and being able to put ourselves in the other person's shoes and think about, why is this person reacting in the way that they are? They're reacting in the way that they are because what they're doing makes sense to them. And as long as we can keep that into perspective and realize that what they're doing makes sense to them, may not make sense to us, and it doesn't need to necessarily make sense to us, but it makes sense to them, then maybe we can start bridging the gap. Now, I have friends on both sides of this issue. I have people that I would consider close friends on both sides of this issue. Luckily, my police officer friends, I know them well, and I know that there isn't a racist bone in their body. And the same with my black friends. I know those particular people that I'm associated with are not racist as far as I've ever seen. And so I don't have a perspective into that insight with as regards to race. It's not something that I've ever dealt with. You can not see something, but it doesn't mean it's not happening. Just because I don't see things happening in my own life doesn't mean that it's not happening in reality. Just because I don't see racism doesn't mean racism doesn't exist. Just because I don't see police brutality in my life and in my dealings doesn't mean that doesn't exist. So it is hard for me to take a side. And I don't think I need to take a side. The people that I know are good people, and I can be friends with both, and I can be for both causes, because wrong is wrong regardless of what side you're on. And as long as I'm for doing the right thing, then the right thing doesn't have a side. It just is the right thing. So anyway, guys, that's my perspective on this situation. That's my thoughts and feelings. Please leave your comments below. Let me know what you think, and let's have a good discussion. And let's try to be graceful to the people that are having the discussion, because they may not see things the same way you see them. They may not have the same experiences that you have. And that doesn't make them dumb or ignorant. It just makes them different. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. And if you like this video and think it has a decent message, please share. Have a good night.